And we're back. This is reason number 8 to purchase the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. And the reason is this: dynamic watch faces. So, unlike analog watches or a lot of smartwatches, the watches are changing based upon activity or based upon your health stats. And this is one of them. This is a heart one that I actually discovered just a few weeks ago. I just never really wanted to try it. It's not that new. And as you're less stressed or resting or sleeping, I've just been working at the keyboard. I got a low heart rate and my watch face turned orange, which is really cool. And yesterday, when I was working out and walking, it was like this bold, bright red. So now, if I just touch on this watch face, it will do another heart rate check. Measuring, measuring. 70 beats per minute. So I must have been really chill to get that low one. And if I swipe down and I go to my heart rate stats, you can see today's heart rate 57 to 70 this week, so on and so forth. And you can see the setting that I have, heart rate while still, every 10 minutes while still. Now, I don't know why you have to be still to get that measurement. And it's really weird because you'll be on this watch face and it'll say heart rate, 73 20 minutes ago. And you're like, well, wait a minute. I told the watch to take my heart rate every 10 minutes. Well, it's going to, but again, if you're still. So kind of a weird thing that Samsung does. So I went with the 8th reason, and if you watch my other videos, you'll see all the other reasons. But just kind of some basic reviews or some feedback on this watch now that I've had it for 8 months. I got this in November of 2019, and now it's June. So 8 months later, it's held up really well. I'm still getting really good battery life, even though I have done a ton, I would even say a plethora of battery tests. I take it down to 0% far too often, which a lot of people say is unhealthy. And if I zoom in, you can see the watch is held up really, really well. There's a nick up on the top, and that is from a kitchen countertop at our friend's house. It's one of those fancy granite countertops. And I was just, walking along, dun, 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 and as I went just to the side of their counter, I'll just use this interact, it just kind of caught the underside, which was rough. And that's how I got that one nick. Luckily, it's kind of on the bezel, not in the middle of the screen, which is nice. I don't mind that at all. So the watch faces are dynamic. They're always changing. This is another one of my favorite watch faces right here. This is the health dash. So if you're wondering, this is called the Pixel Heart, which is really fun. So this is the health dash. And this one, it's just telling you everything. It has the date, it has all your health stats, it has the fun little meters that go, that increase throughout the day, and it has the time. And as soon as you complete your circles, I feel that Samsung really stole this from Apple. So here are my goals for calories, active minutes, and standing up. To get an active hour, you basically need to be moving for about 200 steps. That's it, which is very arbitrary. I wish you could change that value. I would like to have it at 500 steps per hour. That would be more meaningful. Now, when you're doing videos and you're having trouble getting your screen turned on, it's because of this reason right here. You just have to go to settings and go to display and change the timeout. So we're going to change the timeout to 1 minute. See if that helps. And we'll crank up the brightness. I normally keep my brightness at a 2 or a 3 during the day, and that works great. When you're indoors, there is a sensor right on the face of the watch. So as soon as you're in direct sunlight, it's going to crank up the brightness and then you can see it in daylight. So this is a great dynamic watch face. And then most watch faces that you have with Samsung actually come with two watch faces, because there's the dynamic one when you're interacting with the watch, and then there's also the always on display. So I'll just cover up my watch. Oh, see, it doesn't think I'm wearing it. Hang on. So there is the always on display that it has. And then as soon as you raise to wake or move the watch, it's going to give you the interactive one. So another really cool dynamic watch face is this one right here. This one kind of has a sweeping radar. And it's just really fun to watch. And the always on display, very simplistic, a really nice look. And if you want to keep the always on display more often and not have it quickly change like that, because that is going to wear out the battery, you just turn off the raise to wake. And that watch face is called Zion Free. Another one of my favorites are some of these old school ones. You can see the scrolling name right there, the GPG Digital 31 Analog, and I'll put all these in the description below. This one just has a nice classic look. It has the weather on top, and it has the battery life, and you can customize a lot of those values. It has the second hand. It's just a really nice look. And this one doesn't make a ticking sound, but it just has that beautiful look. And even at the angles, you can still see the screen. So Samsung did a great job on this OLED display. So now we'll show you the always on. See, isn't that beautiful? So I dim the lights real quickly so you can see how bright these OLED screens are. So now we'll go to my next favorite watch face. Here it is, the SG61. This one just kind of reminds me of a little military one, and I like the dynamic aspect to this circle right here, and this is your activity. So this little guy changes throughout the day, and when you meet your goal, he's like, yay, and it shows goal met. And then all these you can just click on and go right to your steps. I can go right to my heart rate, and this is going to update throughout the day, telling me what my heart rate has changed to, and then also battery, and then date, time, all that fun stuff. But wait, there's more. If you double tap, it changes the color of the watch. So you can change this through each day to match your clothing, match your watch band, match your mood, whatever. Now, if you click on the date, it's going to take you to your calendar and your appointments. And if you click on the time, it's going to take you to your alarms. So pretty cool. Quick shortcuts throughout the entire watch face. So again, very dynamic, very smart. And yeah, these dynamic watch faces, they're just fun. This is another one that I've really liked throughout the years. This one came out with the Samsung Gear Sport, and I have not used this for a while. Very simplistic, has the little second hand that goes around, and it's fun to see the watch face change as you meet your goals throughout the day. The little heart rate thing, it's okay. And this one is the dual dial. The next one that I'm always finding myself using is a real analog one. Come on, where'd you go? There we go, the dashboard. And you can change the color of the font. I like the white. I just think it looks very classic. And you can change all these values. And yes, if you click on them, they're going to take you to that information. So I have 1 day and 30 minutes left, and I haven't charged my watch. Let's see, today is Wednesday morning. I haven't charged it since Tuesday morning, but I did use it for 2 hours of GPS. So the always on display, nothing too fancy here. It just kind of dims it, but it still has the seconds. So this one is gonna wear out your battery quite a bit. And next on my favorite list of dynamic watch faces, this one I liked for a while, the Wave, but I don't know, it just kind of got a little old, but it's cool. I don't know, just something about the circles. Meh. So we did the SG61, and the next one that I always find myself going back to is this one. This is one of the few watch faces that I purchased. This is a Hamilton Black Series AMC 190107. This one just has this cool kind of scale for the second hand. I like the color, I like the layout, I like the look. And if you double tap, yes, it changes color. I really like the ability to just get new watch faces, and I have one that matches the band. Along that point, not really applicable, but I'll talk about it because someone's going to ask a question. This is the Barton 20 millimeter band. Bought this online. No, they're not a sponsor, and no, Samsung is not a sponsor, but the bands hold up really well. This one came with 2 different straps. So this is the normal watch strap, and it comes with an extra large one if you have really large wrists. So there you have it. Reason number 8 to purchase the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. This is the LTE Edition. You can see that it is all ready for the blood pressure EKG feature. But Samsung has not yet released that functionality. I hope they do soon. I did read online that there is some beta software if you're a programmer and you really want to download some iffy stuff. I looked into it, but I didn't want to install some of that software on my computer. Well, there you have it. The 8th reason to spend $350 on a smartwatch. That's what you can get them for now. You shouldn't be paying the $450 that it was selling for back in 2019. I don't think it's worth $450, but yeah, it's definitely a $300 watch. If Samsung's gonna listen to my video, and yes, I did apply to be a beta tester, one thing they need to change is better battery life. This has a 340 milliamp battery. It's too small. It needs to be 500 or 600 milliamps in size. I wouldn't mind a heavier watch, make it just a little bit bigger. Make it a 47 millimeter watch, and I would wear it and I would pay the same price again. If the battery could last a solid 5 days, that would be great. Now, if you could put a 700 milliamp battery in here, I bet I could go 7 days with GPS use, an hour a day. That would be awesome. So dynamic watch faces, it's a fun watch to use. As far as accuracy, it's good. It's great at times. It's not as accurate as the other one that I've been using, the Garmin VivoActive 4 series. This is my 3rd watch from this series. So I've been testing the VivoActive 4 since actually almost the exact same time. So I got my first VivoActive 4 in December of last year, whereas this November. A little bit bigger, but overall, as far as step count, heart rate, flights of stairs, Garmin beats out Samsung and everything. But this one is more of a smartwatch, and it's really fun to use, and it has a speaker. You can play music on it. It's just, there's so many features. So there you have it. I think I've said enough. Thanks for watching. This has been another gadget review by me, Peter Herget, also known as PH Digital. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again probably tomorrow. That's all for now. Goodbye.